Yeah, Amit. What are you working into right now?
Mm, I'm currently working in a client technology actually. Uh,
Okay.
Earlier, I used to be a Java developer, but now client developed a programming language I'm working in. We
Okay.
have some deployment structures which is automated, but all the tools are developed by clients only. So the client takes care of everything. So I just
Okay.
wanted about DevOps more. So just wanting to join this.
Okay. What languages are you aware of Java, except Java?
Java, like particularly in Java, I work core Java, advanced Java,
Oh,
Stuart.
that's great. That's great. And why are you interested in this course? What are you expecting from this course?
So the earlier project where I was working, we didn't have DevOps. Okay, so
Okay.
that was getting introduced, but I left that company. But I
Oh,
know like
okay.
will be you be required in future if I'm planning to switch or anything. Currently, it is not required because I'm using client tools, as I told. So,
Oh, okay. Sure. We'll get back to you. That sounds good. You'll be for sure using your knowledge on Java as of now, somewhere or the other places during the course, and it will be helpful for you to understand better. Thank you, Amit. What about Kobena? Let me know if I didn't pronounce your name right.
Yes, you did pronounce it right.
Hi, bye.
Yep. So, yeah, hi. So,
Hi.
yeah, I'm also information security assurance, information security assurance, and
Okay.
I work like we work on security controls for applications.
Okay.
So I make sure that those security controls are, operating as intended, and they are functioning properly.
Okay.
They are in compliance of next publications. So
Okay.
actually, what I'm looking for, I'm looking for the security aspect of, they have DevSecOps. So
Yeah.
I was thinking, in that, in the security, of DevOps. But so if you can, I mean, you tailor it a little bit, like when you teach,
Sure.
like,
Sure.
how to incorporate security and all that, that would be very
Sure.
helpful to me.
Sure.
Yeah,
That I'll be. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So I do interact with, like development teams and all that. And, sometimes I got this job recently, like entry level. So I'm new.
Oh.
I just got out from college, and, so
Oh.
sometimes they use terms that I, I don't really get it, like, developing the application and all that. They use a lot of, jargons, I should say. So
We'll be
right.
using a few of them here as well. So let me know if you don't get any. Okay.
Okay.
I'll try to expand everything.
Okay,
Firstly,
cool.
congratulations for the first job.
Sure, thank you.
And and it sounds really interesting, whatever
All
you
right.
told us until now.
All
So
right.
I'll tell you how you can incorporate DevOps onto your profile and how you can improve the way you work. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And most of the applications I'm working on, they are migrating into AWS and Azure.
Okay.
So I mean, DevOps is a big, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a part of this course itself.
Right. Right.
AWS manager.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll move
yeah.
to our next.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Mahiti. Mahati. Hi, Mahati.
Hi.
How are you? Can you tell us a little bit more about your thing, what you are into today? Why did you join this course?
Uh,
What are you expecting from this course?
I have worked for support. I want to move into development area, so I want
Okay.
to start my career in DevOps. So
Oh, that's great.
I know Java, but I don't have any experience, real time experience.
No issues. We'll be working on basics of every programming language, which we'll be learning over here to the advanced level.
Okay.
So, but you know Java, that would be added advantage because you'll be understanding the concepts of what we are working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are one of the most interesting profiles in my attendees list today because most of the people today who are learning DevOps are actually into support and they want to move to DevOps, and it's really easy for them because they know the whole structure, how it's working, and that's how they are getting into DevOps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get back to you and we'll check with Sucharita. Sucharita. Thank you, Mahati.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi. I'm working as a quality engineering lead in a banking domain.
Okay,
Um, I have no exposure to DevOps. I know a little bit about it, and I wanted to learn and move towards knowing more about the whole DevOps automation process.
okay, sounds cool. So the thing is, you are at a lead position, so you'll be knowing about the whole life cycle, how it works, right? Software development life cycle.
Yes.
So those kind of things would play a major role in the better understanding of the concept of DevOps. So sounds good. Everybody is into good into what they do. And firstly, we'll talk a little about the life cycle so that we can discuss where all we'll be held responsible for as a DevOps engineer. And we'll be starting this course. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see
Okay,
your screen. Yep.
perfect. So, what is DevOps? It is a cross-disciplinary strategy of building, evolving, operating of rapidly changing resilient systems. When I talk about building, you have to code. You are involved in evolving of systems which are already existing and building new ones. And as soon as it is built up, you are responsible for operating all the changes in the resilient systems. Resilient means it should be up and running all the time. So, what are the skills which are expected out from you and what we'll be working on throughout this courses? The first is coding or scripting. I won't say any programming languages since there are thousands of them available in the market. But what we'll be focusing on is shell scripting. Shell scripting had been available since around more than 40 years now, and there is no replacement for that programming language. There are some substitutes which come and go by time, but there is nothing which can which could replace shell scripting until date. So we'll be covering that as a part of this course. But knowledge of some programming language would be an added advantage, like Java or any other language, so that you can understand the concepts of programming. Then we'll be talking about process reengineering. Today, if we work in any enterprise, they either have their whole setup done or you will be responsible to take care of the whole setup from the scratch. So at that point of time, you need to understand how the whole process works for an application, how the building, how the testing, how implementation, and how operational support works so that you can re-engineer it and make the whole process more efficient. And the third most important thing is communicating and collaborating with others. Today, DevOps engineer would be communicating and collaborating with the dev team, with the operational team, with the testing team, and that's where you need to work with all of them, communicate efficiently, and make sure that everything is done from their part and your part efficiently. So, why should I opt for this DevOps course? These are some important facts and figures taken from research studies. So, if I tell about the first one, it is from the Global Knowledge Study. It's a research center which says that DevOps training is rated as the most valued IT certification today. Forrester is a research company again. I think You might have heard of it. It's a very famous one in US as well. So it recently rolled out a report which said that the DevOps market is expected to reach $236 billion by end of 2020. And the third one is 80% of global Fortune organizations are expected to adopt DevOps by end of 2019. We have already started this year, and we can see the demand of DevOps engineer if you just Google it. So this is the market trends for DevOps, and I'm talking right now about the search term. This DevOps search term result has been aggregated from Google, Yahoo, and Bing results. And you can see how it has been growing since 2014, 15, 17. It's an exponential growth everywhere around the world. What the future holds for a DevOps engineer? Today, DevOps is not just being implemented in IT companies. There are all kind of other companies, including telecom, retail, which have seen and experienced the exponential growth in DevOps. So this is a chart in which the base year is 2016 and the analysis started from 14. You can see how exponential growth is there until 19 and how it is expected to grow until 2024. So these are some industries which are looking for DevOps engineers. You can see it's not just engineering or IT companies. There are business development, consulting, entrepreneurship companies who are looking into DevOps engineer profiles as well in the market today. So I'll be talking about the median salary as well. What can you expect out of a profile, out of a job which is asking for a DevOps engineer profile? So with less than 1 year experience, usually this is the median salary. It's around $91,000 in USA, and it goes up to 135 with 10 years of 10 years or more of experience. And there are people with 1 or 2 year of experience earning that much, 135 as well today, depending upon the type of company. So there's a lot of growth financially and professionally, and there's a huge room to learn over here. So today, if we talk about companies which are looking for DevOps engineer, are Apple, Google, Intel, Microsoft. I'm sure you guys have heard of all these companies being in the industry already as well. Let me know if there's any company you think is not using and or not adopting DevOps strategies today. So if we talk about background, you must have noticed that all of you are from quite different backgrounds today. So how can you be a part of this course? So the thing is, there is a basic understanding of software development lifecycle firstly which is required from your side, which we'll be sharing as a part of this course. Then we'll be seeing where all you are held responsible for and where all you'll be taking care of your operations, what all things you'll be doing, what all tools you would be using, what all setups you will be doing. We all will be taking care of as a part of this course. So there's no prerequisite knowledge. Being a part of this, being a part of IT industry would give you a added advantage. Being a part of some programming language would give you added advantage when we talk about some modules, because that would help you understand much better. And if there are any issues, we are always there to help you. So what are the skill sets offered by this DevOps course? We'll help you to use variety of open source tools and technologies. When I tell you this, I mean that I'll be helping you to set up every tool from the scratch. We'll be creating our own infra onto which we'll be deploying the new tools, and then we'll be integrating those tools with the other applications and to see how it works. Okay, so understanding of systems and IT operations. So there are some people who have recently joined the industry. So for them, we'll be telling everything from the basics. I might be using some jargons. You can interrupt me in middle, or you can ping me in middle to let me know what I missed or what you want more clarification on. So the third thing is the comfort with the frequent incremental code testing and deployment. This is one of the most important things as a part of this course. We'll be using many open source tools over here to do frequent testing, deployments, and at that point of time, that would be a very, very important thing because when you join in a company as a DevOps engineer, what they expect is they want you to re-engineer the whole process to make it to automate it to make the process more efficient. So at that point, these things would be very important, which would be covered a part of as a part of our modules. Then strong grasp on automation tools. So when I talk about these automation tools, there are many tools which I'll be telling you right now, which we'll be learning as a part of this course. So you need to have a good grip onto them so that you can, if any industry you join into, if any enterprise you join into, they don't have those tools, you can deploy them on your own just to make the process more efficient. Okay. And then comes onto the data management skills. There would be times when there would be a huge amount of data you'll be working on to, and not just huge amount, it would be critical data as well. So at that point of time, how you can make backups of it, how you are not losing the data, and then working onto it and making sure that nothing is lost during the process. We'll be taking care of that as well. Then finally, we'll be checking on comfort with collaboration, open communication, and reaching across functional borders. We'll be talking a little about that as well in this course. So what exactly you are doing? As a part of IT industry, you guys must have seen this chart a lot. And if you haven't, I'm sure you have worked on many stages of it. This is a software development life cycle. So it is basically divided into six main stages. So um, whenever a software development starts, we have a few more participants over here. Uh, we have Shazad and Venkatraman. So, guys, I'll be proceeding with the course. Can we have a little introduction from your side, Shazad and Venkat, before we proceed?
Yes, hi, my name is Shehzad. So
Hi,
I would like
Shazad.
to learn about the DevOps, and I do have IT experience in Linux and SAP as well.
Okay, perfect. What are you expecting of this course?
Basically, I would like to learn how will it help me becoming a DevOps engineer so I could automate the tasks that I normally do. So that way
Okay.
I could escalate my career,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, Shahzad, there would be many modules which we'll be covering, and having Linux knowledge would be great added advantage over here.
Okay.
And Venkatraman.
Hey, this is Venkat. I have a 15 years experience for the Linux admin, Windows, as well as networking, and I'm working currently as a DevOps engineer, as working for the OpenShift, Kubernetes, and Puppet, Ansible, and Jenkins. So,
Okay,
going to learning this course, like I want to be like a more expertise kind of DevOps engineer.
okay,
So that's what
okay.
I want to interest to learn this. So
What
I
kind
I
of
just want
see.
to
tools you
know
have already?
what kind of a tool going to cover this course.
Okay, I'll show you the course content today.
Okay.
And what all you have already worked upon, Venkat?
I worked upon like Kubernetes and OpenShift
Okay, okay,
and Docker container platforms, as well as
okay,
Jenkins and
okay.
the Chef and Ansible Puppet for
Oh,
infrastructure automation things. And the build
okay,
part we are using for Jenkins and GitLab.
So you have set up all these applications from scratch yourself as a part of your.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So I'll show you the modules which we have over here after the a few slides over here. Okay,
Okay, fine.
thank you for your introduction. So for those who are not aware about the software development life cycle, I'm sure you guys are already working onto that because we already are a part of this IT industry. So the first stage is planning. Whenever a client comes to us or whenever a customer comes to us in a product facing company and tells us the requirement, that is where the this is the responsibility of the product owner who does the planning along with the customer or the client. Then it comes to the analysis. Is it feasible to reach out onto this point where the client is asking for us to do some job? This part is mostly done by the business analyst. When I tell about some roles, these are some roles which have been defined in traditional IT and these are changing by time to time. In some companies, both the things are taken care by the product owner or both the things are taken care by the business analyst. So I'll just give a brief idea about it so you can have a better understanding. Then it comes to design. After business analysis um, work, it goes to the architect how we can design the same thing to get onto the existing systems or to create a new system. Then finally, it goes to implementation phase where the developers code and make sure they reach at a point where the design and the analysis is matched, which are taken care at the previous stages. Once the coding is done, the fifth phase is testing and integration. So what happens is the deployment is done. The deployment is done at this phase, and the testing is done as well if everything is working fine or not. And the next phase is maintenance or operational supports. So what happens is when a product is released, either tickets come on to us, tickets come to the support team, okay, or they can be directly contacted from the clients or the customers. This is the point where maintenance starts. So we call it maintenance because there would be errors or bugs which would be reported from the end users as well. So these come to the sixth phase, and again it goes to planning because there are times where where there are rooms for improvement in an application. So it goes on through the same process again, it goes through the same phase again, and everybody plays a role again in the software development lifecycle. And as a DevOps engineer, mostly you'll be working on the phases of 4, 5, and 6, where you have to implement, you'll be involved in the coding, then you will be involved in testing and integration of the application, and finally the maintenance. You'll be held responsible for the support as well. That's what a job of DevOps engineer is. So, do we have any questions until now?
Yes, hi, my name is Shazad, and I would like to know that this is the BA job that you're reviewing right now. So I was more interested in like the DevOps engineer, like AWS, Puppet,
Okay,
Jenkins. Are we going to be learning that, or are we going to be learning this? Because I'm
we'll be
sorry,
learning.
I know I missed the beginning of the class, so that's why I just wanted to catch up. Maybe you guys
Oh,
already discussed that. I don't know.
no. So I'll tell you about a few slides what all we'll be covering into. I'll share you the course catalog today,
Okay.
and we have around 10 modules over here. So we have AWS, scripting, version control, cloud, everything apart as a part of it.
Hmm.
Going forward, I'll tell you in 5 to 7 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Others, do we have any doubts? Amit, Kobena, Matish.
So I have a question. So what coding, like what kind of language do you need for DevOps?
So, firstly, I'll tell you that there is no specific language, but
Okay.
we'll be covering shell scripting as a part of this course. What
Okay.
happens is when you go as a DevOps engineer into any enterprise, there would be many applications which would be existing, or they would ask you to create new ones. So for the existing ones, it would be better to have a better understanding. And if you have worked on any of those languages, you'll be having that. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
with shell scripting, what you'll be doing is with shell scripting, you can work on Java. With shell scripting, you can work on databases and anything. So I'll teach you shell scripting over here as a part of this course, and you'll be able to write any code and integrate with any language.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. So do we have
When,
any other doubts?
so
So how long is the course going to be, and normally what are the hours? Like I'm just trying to figure that out.
Yeah, Shehzad, I'll be discussing that as well, as a
Okay,
part of course catalog. Give me just
okay,
2 minutes, okay?
okay,
It
okay,
would
cool.
be a 30-hour course. I'll define the modules more
Okay, cool.
briefly going on.
Okay, thank.
Okay. We have a question from Sucharita, and she says, what kind of industry certification will I be able to get after this course? So once your course is complete, as a part of this course, the final module would be the project, and that project, you have to do it individually, and you can seek some help from our side as well, but it would be all what we have covered throughout the course. So I'll be asking you to practice along with the course. So as soon as you complete your class, at the end of the class before the next one, you try to cover and implement yourself whatever we have done throughout the class, so that you have a better understanding, and that would be helpful at the end module, which is the project. And as soon as your project is completed, we'll be giving you a certification from our end that you are DevOps trained and certified from Bigclasses. And today, the train and certification, the training and the certification, this is what it costs in the industry today. That will make your resume apart from all the candidates which would be there in the pool.
but whether a certification from big classes will be recognized.
Yeah, it is quite recognized, and there are many students out there who are already having it in the market, and they have got the jobs with that.
Okay. And when you say DevOps engineer, like, will it be a person who is only doing a support for the production, like maintaining the systems which are responsible for code releases and all those things? So, from a developer perspective, how the course will help me?
From a developer perspective, when you code today, are you responsible for Amit? I
Yeah.
think we missed your intro over here, right?
No, I was the first one who talked.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you are into client developed product, right? And you have a Java experience. Yeah, sorry, I get it. So with development experience and in a developer profile, what you can do is you can automate the things which you are doing today. If you are working onto releases, you can automate that as well. If you are into support, you can automate that as well. It's all about automating and making the process more efficient, and the process re-engineering which we talked about, right?
Okay.
So we'll be using many open source tools which would be helping you to
Okay.
re-engineer your work, what you do. Okay,
Okay.
that's
And
all. Yeah.
will you be teaching us like AWS course completely?
I'll be covering many contents of the AWS platform. Okay. I'm using AWS over here because it is the most publicly used platform today. We can go on to Azure as well, but what I'll do is I'll use AWS right now, and then I'll open up my Azure as well, and then we'll be talking about the comparison of how just the name differs and the functionality is all the same. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And
So, so
if we don't
yeah,
have any cloud knowledge or anything, like you will be
yeah,
teaching us from like regarding AWS and all those
yeah,
things.
yeah. As soon as I get into the course catalog, it would be all clear to you. because we
Yeah.
have a module for that as well. Okay. So we have a question from Sucharita. Uh, you want to have a certification specifically about like Docker and Kubernetes, etc. So the thing is, as a part, what certification we give you as a part of this course, it would be quite brief, and we'll tell that you are expert into DevOps and what all things you have majored upon over here. So we have Docker over here as a part of this course, so no worries about that. It would be clearly mentioned over there. And once you get into the job and your resume is filtered, you need to worry about clearing the interview. And for that, you just need the knowledge. So it's all about getting the resume filtered where the certification matters. I hope I've answered uh, all the questions.
Hello, this is Vamsi here.
Yeah. Hi, Mamsi.
Hi. I have a question. Like, do you cover all the Atlassian products like Bitbucket, Bamboo, and
So,
Octopus?
so what we'll be using is most of these products. Like for Bitbucket, we have Git over here as a part of this course. Okay.
Yeah,
So what we can't use every open source or licensed product as a part of this course because there are thousands available in the market. So what we
that's
have
true.
done is to teach you and to make you expert on every module. We'll be taking the most used one in the market today. Like for versioning control, we have used Git. For Dockerization, we have used Docker itself. Instead of going into OpenShift and Kubernetes and many different others, which are like AWS Docker as well. So instead of going individually into that, we'll be using just one, and I'll be telling you how to integrate that. But what I'll do is I'll give a brief introduction about the other applications as well, how you can use them over here. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you.
Also, I'll just cover one more point. We won't give you job placement, but for sure we can help you. We can assist you with getting a job into DevOps as well. Okay. You can't expect us to go and take care of the interviews or any push or any calls to your interviewer. But what we can do is we can assist you with all the placement, and we can help you out with what kind of questions are usually asked, what kind of scenarios are usually given to you, and then you can clear it out. um, do we have any further questions? Okay, sounds cool. So I'll move on. So these are some tools which are there
Oh, so
today.
sorry. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Hamada.
Hi,
The
Hamada.
question, the question I have is, do you guys do like a boot camp? Like, let's say, before when you finish and get the certificate, like go through boot camp, like interview questions and what you need to, like, what are you gonna expect when you go there and the interview questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we will do as a part of this course. That would be a part of the final module of this course. I'll show you the content and you can see it over there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for all the questions. Made it more interesting actually. Thank you. So this is a little complicated page. Don't worry about it. It seems like that, but it's very, very easy. Okay. So if you see, this is the DevOps pipeline and ecosystem. You see a lot of strange names at the end of this page like JUnit, Cucumber, Midvision, OpenShift. But all these are many of the open source tools which are available in the market today. You can download them, use them without any licenses. So what happens over here is, as a part of DevOps, these are some basic responsibilities you have as a part of your work in any enterprise. So the names which are given at the bottom of this page are some of the most famous open source tools which are being used around the world today. So we'll be taking care of creating our own infrastructure, then deploying all these applications, and then integrating with each other. So for code and commit, here as a part of this course, we'll be using Git and GitHub. Along with that, we'll be using Nexus as well over here. For build and config, we'll get into Docker, Chef, Puppet, and AWS. For scan and test, we'll be looking into JUnit, Cucumber, and we'll use Jenkins over here as well, which is not mentioned in the chat. For release, we have Jenkins again, and we will be using udeploy. Finally, for deployments, there are many tools which are available in the market like OpenShift, VMware. We have vSphere, which is a product from VMware, or there is WebSphere, OpenStack, Docker. All these are being used as a part of this course. So there are many tools which are available, and I'll show you the course catalog, what all specifically we'll be covering over here. So this is a 30-hour course where we'll be covering topics and everything from basics to advanced DevOps skills. This is a syllabus. Instead of this, I'll show you the course catalog, which would be more interesting. Just a second, we'll get back to basics. So you guys can see my screen, the curriculum. So after the demo, we'll be starting the, yeah, okay. Okay, so there are 10 modules as a part of our course curriculum. So the first module after the demo would be the introduction to DevOps on cloud. Here we'll be seeing the history, DevOps definition, what are the objectives, and what are the lifecycle models which are being used, like traditional IT, then comes waterfall, then agile, then DevOps, and then we'll be talking a bit about Jenkins, Docker, and Puppet. And second module we'll be talking about Linux concepts and shell scripting. We'll be working on basics of shell scripting onto the advanced level topics. We'll be covering everything about that in module 2. Then in the third module, we have versioning control system. Here we have used Git. There are many other tools like Bitbucket as well in the market, but we'll be focusing ourselves onto it because learning everything, every tool, doing the same thing with every different tool doesn't make the process, doesn't make our work more efficient over here. We just need to have basic idea of how it works and what it does really. So we'll be using Git and GitLab for versioning control. For those who are new in cloud, we have a module number 4, what is cloud, and we'll be covering about all the services and all the different type of clouds. And also I'll get into AWS, Microsoft Azure, and GCP. No, sorry, the Google Cloud Platform. That is an acronym. GCP is an acronym for that, Google Cloud Platform. Like we have AWS for Amazon Web Services, which is a cloud by Amazon. Again, Microsoft Azure, a cloud platform by Microsoft, and Google Cloud Platform is a cloud platform by Google. We'll be getting into all three of them, and I'll be showing you what it does, how it differs from each other. Finally, what do we have eventually as an end result, and how we can compare it with each other. So I'll tell you how we can just get into AWS and have an experience on Azure or GCP as well. So then we'll be talking about continuous integration with Nexus. Nexus is a repository mainly, and then we'll be deploying this application. After the deployment, we'll be integrating with others as well. So some things which we'll be working on is deployment, configuration, some management of releases and snapshot with Nexus, then repository maintenance, user management, and role management. This is a very interesting module. I'll try to cover it very quickly. So with Jenkins, it is a framework which helps us create a high availability and elastic framework. in the with every application. We can integrate Jenkins with the Java application. We can integrate Jenkins with any kind of application which is existing or create a new one. So here we'll be setting up the infrastructure, then deploying Jenkins, then we'll be working on profile and user management and security management. There are more than 5,000 plugins today for Jenkins available in the market. So we'll be getting deep into a few of them, and we'll be giving you a basic idea on how to deploy plugins and integrate it with any application. Then we'll integrate it with Git, Tomcat, and Maven. In module 7, we have Docker. Here we'll be talking about the containerization. There are many people over here who don't have any idea about it. So we'll be looking into the basics first. What is Docker image, how to install Docker, what is a container, and all those things. And then we'll be getting into higher levels where we'll be creating our own swarms and integrating it with each other and attaching it with each other. Some terms might sound new to you, some might be familiar, but don't worry about it. We'll be covering everything in the basics of this module. So in the configuration management, here we'll be using Puppet. There are many companies where they use Ansible as well, but it's all similar and the end result is the same. So here, as a part of this course, we'll be using Puppet over here for configuration management, where we'll be giving you an introduction. We'll be setting up our infra and installing Puppet master and agents. Then we'll be doing the configuration and install web servers, DB servers using Puppet over here. So in module 9, we have AWS. I'll show you AWS now as well as a part of the demo. So in module 9, we'll be specifically focusing on EC2 essentials and how to build the EC2 instances, which needs, which you should know actually while setting up all the infra. When I say infra, I mean infrastructure. So why did we choose AWS Cloud, and what are we really focusing on? All these things would be covered in this module. You see, there are just a few points mentioned over here, but we'll go very deep into it as a part of this module. There's a module 10 project where we'll be giving you some topics, some subjects onto which you'll be held responsible for taking care of all the jobs which are a part of this project, and give us create your own accounts on cloud platforms, deploy your own application, and give us the end result. Then we'll be looking into it, and then we'll be giving you the AWS certified and the DevOps certification course. So certification after this course. Here you can expect some help from our side as well while doing the implementation of whatever you have asked to do. Also, there's a point at which we'll be helping you with mostly what kind of questions you can expect during the interviews, okay, and what kind of assistance you are looking for during the placements. This is the module where we can help you out. So I'm sure there are many questions now. Do we have anything from you guys?
So my question is, what time will be the training done? Like on the weekends, on the weekdays, or it will be different for everybody?
um it is mostly together. Can you check that with the Bigclasses, the organizer whom you are in touch with until now? So we
Okay.
have to manage so we have to manage the timings actually. There are two batches which are there. So you can check with.
So in this 30-hour course, we're gonna go through all of them, right? All these topics, different modules.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We have a question from Amit. 30 hours will be sufficient. Yes, it would be sufficient. So usually what happens is the course is extended to 31, 32 until now, maximum. But we will make sure from our side that all the contents of the curriculum are covered. even if it reaches to 35 or 40. That is our job.
And do we get like a recorded videos or material for us to keep, or is there like a limit that only?
For sure you do. For sure you do. So what happens is, um, with big classes, all these sessions what we are talking about right now, all these are recorded. Later you will get the recorded sessions of this, and this repository account would be valid for lifetime. There would be no limit onto this, and you can use it after 5 years, after 10 years, or whenever you want. You'll have the access to those videos.
Okay.
So we have a question from Sucharita. Yeah, tool setups are a part of this course. When I talk about this course, I won't be sharing my screen and telling you this I've implemented already, just look into this, this. No, I won't be doing that with you. I'll be taking care of the infrastructure, I'll be creating the servers, I'll be deploying the applications onto them. Everything would be done as a part of your class only. You'll be seeing how it progresses.
If I miss
Thank
a
you.
class today, like, will I get a recording before tomorrow's class starts so that I can review it
Yeah,
and
yeah. Obviously you will get. We don't want you to miss out on anything. I don't want you to get into AWS without the basic knowledge of cloud modules. So as soon as the class finishes, we'll within 1.5 hour, we'll send you the session which has been recorded today. And if there are any doubts, you can reach out to me before another class. I'll try to answer it before the another class starts. Okay. So I think that's all covered now. Do we have any other
Hello?
questions? Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. Anyone else? I mean, someone in the batch may have timing issues. Like
Okay.
timing is good for them, and some are in Pacific zone. They may not be able to reach by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What times would be, depending on the majority, what times would be convenient for them to attend class? Can you please talk to them?
Sure. So you guys are from what zone actually? Which location are you from? Can you all let me know? And what are your preferred timings? Can you just tell me a range of timings, not exactly 1 hour, because there are a lot of people. There's one more batch as well. We can try to include you into that. Thank you, Sucharita. What
So
about others? Yeah.
mostly the classes will be in the evening time, or it could be also in the daytime. I'm just curious.
This would be in your evening time. Where are you from, Shiza?
I'm from New York, USA.
Okay, so it would be your evening time
Okay.
mostly. Same. Okay, fine, Kabina.
And do you take any class tomorrow, sir, for 30 minutes, like uh, any session so that they will decide? And few more participants also join tomorrow. They're unable to join today. So do
Okay.
you take any technical session for 30 minutes tomorrow? Please
For those
inform them.
who are unable to join today, I think we need to take a separate session for them so that we can cover these basics which we have covered until now. And for all of us who are here today, we can get into shell scripting. I can tell you some basics about that. I'll tell you some basics about AWS. We can have another session about that, a 30-minute session.
So when will that be? Will that be tomorrow?
Yeah, we can
Tomorrow.
have that tomorrow. Yeah.
So are we going to get like an email notification or something regarding this? And also,
Yeah.
can you send us the material that you discussed today via email?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Ma'am, could you do that,
Yes,
please?
yes, definitely, sir. And the
Okay.
recording will be sent because processing time will be 2 hours. It will take 2 hours to be converted. As soon as the
Okay.
conversion is done, we'll keep it in our drive. Everybody can access, and you will have a demo. You will have the another class tomorrow for 30 minutes. All are requested to join, and my sincere request is please mail me. This timing is good for you, 9 p.m. Every day the session will be for 1 hour, so this 9 to 10 p.m. is fine for you, or you want to be a little more later, like 30 minutes later. Can you
Uh,
please tell me? Because
yes,
Vamsi Krishna is from Pacific Zone, I think. Venkatraman,
Amit also.
yes. Uh, Please let me know so that we can have, or you all can mail me. Depending on that, we can decide.
10 p.m. EST will be good.
NPM EST will be good.
what time did you say?
10 p.m. is good for you. By the time class ends, it will be 10, 11 o'clock for you. Is that fine?
10 p.m. EST. Okay.
Can you all mail me to info@bigclasses.com so that we can decide further? 9 EST will be good.
Okay, kindly please share the range of timings you are comfortable with, because it won't be one, two, three people. There should be a collective of at least five of us. Okay,
Yes.
Mhm.
thank you.
Okay, so I'll
So,
discuss with them and I'll get back to you.
okay.
Duration of the class is asking every day 1 hour. You tell me, sir. Sucharita is
So
asking
it at least it would be at least 1 hour. We'll try to, if for every class we have some set of things to be completed, so that we can cover our module by 30 or at least 30. So I'll try to cover everything, whatever I have a part as a part of the class. If it extends to 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes at times, we guys will try to manage. Okay. And if somebody is getting late and is missing out on something, and if there's majority who's missing out on it, we'll try to push it to the next class if it's extending beyond one. So at least one should be there every day.
So, this is from Monday to Friday, or even including the weekends?
It is supposed to be Monday to Friday. Ma'am, is it Monday to
no
Friday this
weekends, sir.
session?
No weekends
No,
because some
no
will
weekend.
join, some will be missing.
Yeah.
So classes will be Monday to Friday.
Okay.
And how long this class will be uh, going?
So it will be ranging from one minimum to 1.5, a maximum of 1.5 hours.
And how long is it gonna take? Like a month, a year? How long?
So it's a 30-hour course. So
Minimum
there are,
6 weeks.
yeah.
Six
Minimum
weeks.
6 weeks. Yes, sir.
And
Sucharita has a question, sir. Can you
how
say?
much is the cost? I'm sorry, I didn't know. Maybe you guys discussed this already. What's the
I
cost?
have emailed you all the details. Uh, can you please
Okay.
check one?
Okay, I'll check.
So
And
we have a
Sucharita
question
has
from,
a question, sir.
yeah. Yeah, is it possible to switch from Docker Swarm to Kubernetes? So, Sucharita, what we'll be doing is, as a part of this module, we'll be working on the Docker. I'll be telling about the basics to the advanced, and then we'll get into Kubernetes as well. I'll be telling you how it differs and how we can work onto that. Because with Docker, you will be able to do that because we can use many other platforms like OpenShift. Like somebody told me they have an experience on that as well already. So we can't get into every tool, but I'll still get into Kubernetes and OpenShift and tell you how it differs and how we can do the same job with them as well. Okay.
So officially,
Thank
when
you.
you are starting this batch,
So officially tomorrow is 30-minute a little technical demo about AWS cloud as and other things. After that, the next class would be the first class, the official first class.
and will it be possible to get the email of the content and the Word document which you are showing now?
Yeah. I'll send it as soon as the class is finished.
Okay.
I have shared everything. Can you please check your course catalog? I have shared everyone.
No, I just have one email from you, like the in meeting invite, nothing else from Bigclasses.
Okay, I'll
Yes,
send it to
yes,
you.
me too. I only got the meeting invitation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll share it to you now itself.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Is there anything else? Any other doubts?
Good.
I would just call you guys if you have any questions.
Okay. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. We'll be disconnecting the session now. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
All right, you too. Have a nice day.
Thank you.